Also, you won all three with Vino. Like, what was that like playing with him again and kind of going through that whole kind of process with him again at maybe different stages in your guys' lives?
Yeah, no, it was super special. I think that's what kind of made like the transition a little bit easier, like getting from Colorado to Buffalo. Like you kind of just talk to V right away, and like it's like, what do you want here? And it's like, this is what I want. It's like, okay, like we're still on the same page. Like after all these years, like we're just gonna do the same thing that we did like 10 years ago. See if it works again. And then it did. So like that helped. And then again, like the nice thing is like, not that me and V's like relationship like soured, but there was like when he left for Buffalo, like I was upset. And it was more like I was just like bum hurt.
Yeah.
And I took it out on him. And then we
that was a very mature thing for you to recognize.
But then we reconciled before like this year, and we had like, because we had him on the pod, and I talked to him before that, but like.
Wait, so before having him on the pod, and like, how much time were you mad at him for?
Well, there was a time in San Diego where I was like really giving it to him.
Yeah.
Like there was a game, I think we were getting actually stomped by them, and then they pulled him because like we were losing by a bunch. And I was just motherfucking him.
Yeah.
But then we like buried the hatchet, and he explained his side. I was like, no, dude, I totally get it. And I was like, I'm just kind of being childish. So I was like,
yeah, just let me run my course.
Yeah, exactly.
Here. Like I'm gonna be what I'm gonna
I'm
be.
just going through my waves of emotion, and he got it, and it was all fine. But yeah, no, it was great, and I think just kind of said this like in the other podcast with like Teddy. It's just like it kind of was like worked out well because as I was coming in, they were still trying to figure out like what we were doing. So I kind of came into being like, hey, like we can all figure this out together. Instead of being like, hey, this is what we're doing. Now I gotta like, okay, like fit into like, I don't fit in with this defense or this structure. And now it's like, can kind of be like, well, this is like my 2 cents to what Vina wants. This is like how I play, is how like I seen this guy play. And then we kind of like were able to mix, like make a defensive like structure out of it. So I think that made it well. And I think just like kind of back to your first question, like winning all three with V, like again, he's going to go down as the best of all time. Like he is the best of all time. It's just tough to argue that. I think it's kind of like, it's almost like a full circle moment, right? Like we win the first couple of his career there. He wins one more with Buff, and then like get traded and kind of come back. So it was super cool. Like again, and like we had a nice embrace and just, yeah, it was cool. It was kind of just like, you know, that friend you haven't seen for years, and then you just get to like see him again, catch up, and you have a great night, and it all worked.
You almost picked up right back.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we did. But it was kind of like, again, it all worked out. So it was like all roses. Again, if we lost, it still would have been cool, but I think just, winning with like the three with him so far has been awesome.